Hello and welcome to Story Time with Mr. Hallum. This is a chance for us to gather together and have a story. Today, our story is going to be Grace Christmas by Mary Hoffman, illustrated by Cornelius Van Wright and Ying Hua Hu. Okay? There you go. Grace loved Christmas. It was her favorite day of the year, even better than her birthday. She loved the tree with all its colored lights and fancy baubles, the presents piled up underneath it, going to church with Ma and Nana on Christmas morning, and then coming back for a huge dinner. And she loved acting out the Christmas story too. When she couldn't get anyone else to join in, she was Mary, Joseph, and all the shepherds and angels as well. And Pawpaw had to be the animals in the stable, even though he didn't like dressing up as much as Grace did. That's Pawpaw. Grace especially liked it when Ma and Nana joined in, and they could be the three wise men together, carrying presents for the baby. "This part is better," said Grace. "Three kings and three of us. We don't really have enough people in our family to act out the whole story." As long as Grace could remember, it had been just her, Ma, and Nana for Christmas. "Well, Grace," said Ma one morning late in December, "it looks like we're going to have some extra people to stay. Maybe they'll join in your Christmas play this year." "What people?" asked Grace. She wasn't sure she was going to like having strangers to stay. "You remember Rosalie, the ballet dancer?" asked Nana. "My old friend's granddaughter." "Is a ballet dancer coming?" Grace asked. "That would be wonderful, like having a real Christmas tree fairy in the house." "No," said Nana. "It's her sister and her niece. They can't get a flight back to Trinidad, so we said that Anita and her little girl can stay with us. Savannah is just your age, Grace. It will be fun for you," said Ma. But Grace wasn't sure it would be fun at all. For start, she would have to give up her room to these visitors. "We can't say no room at Christmas time, can we, Grace?" said Ma. "Christmas is a time for families," said Nana. Grace thought, "But they aren't our family. I wish we had a stable for them." But she didn't say it. She grumbled to her friends at school, though. "I know," said Kester. I have to let my auntie have my room and sleep on the sofa." We have to have both sets of grandparents, and it's all a big squash till they go," said Maria. "You could come and sleep at my house," said Amy. "I don't think Ma would let me," said Grace. "Maybe this Savannah will be nice," said Raj. But when Savannah and her mother arrived 2 days before Christmas, Grace didn't think she was going to get along with her. Savannah was very quiet, and she didn't seem interested in any of Grace's books or toys. And she didn't seem very grateful to be given Grace's room either. The only thing she liked was Paw Paw, who sat on her lap purring. "She's not very friendly," Grace whispered to Nana as she snuggled into a camp bed in Nana's room. "She's like one of those pink princesses I decided I didn't want to be." "I expect she's just shy, Grace," said Nana. "Give her time. It's hard being in a stranger's home." Grace hadn't thought of that. She thought Savannah was the stranger, not her. The next day, before the visitors got up, Grace called her papa in the Gambia. She was sure he would understand how she felt. But Papa said, "Your Ma and Nana are doing a kindness for a friend, Grace. You must make your guests welcome." "I wish it could be you coming to have Christmas with us," said Grace. "You and Jato and Nene and Bakari." "I don't think your Ma would like that," said Papa. Grace knew he was right, but she felt sad that she would never celebrate Christmas with her Ma and Papa together. But later that day, Grace heard noises coming from her room. She opened the door quietly and found Savannah lying on her bed and crying. "What's the matter?" said Grace. "Are you ill?" "No," sobbed Savannah, "but I want to be in my own room, in my own house, with my own family. And I'm sad because this year we won't be having Christmas with my daddy back on the island." Grace could understand this. "I'm sorry," she said. "I won't have Christmas with my papa either. He doesn't live with us anymore. He has another family in Africa. But we can try to make it a Merry Christmas for us both just the same." Savannah dried her eyes and asked Grace to tell her about her family. Grace was surprised to find that she and Savannah were becoming friends. She got Savannah to tell her all about her Aunt Rosalie. "Nana took me to see her dance once," Grace said. "It was the best thing ever." "I've only seen her dance once," said Savannah. "She's usually on tour, like now." "Would you like to play ballet dancers?" asked Grace. "I've got lots of clothes in my dress-up box." Soon the two girls were twirling around the bedroom in Nana's old lace curtains. But imagine their surprise when at dinner time the real ballet dancer turned up. It was Rosalie, just back from her tour, with armfuls of presents for her sister and her niece, and lots for Grace's family too. "It's so good of you to give them a nice family Christmas," she said. "I have to stay in a hotel, and I start rehearsals again the day after Christmas." "Come back and have Christmas Day with us then," said Grace. "Nana always makes lots of food, and Savannah and I are going to put on a Christmas play." "Then I'd love to join you if that's all right with your Ma and Nana," said Rosalie. Grace was thrilled. They were going to have a real live ballerina with them on Christmas Day. After church and before dinner, there was a proper Christmas play in Grace's apartment. Savannah was Mary and Grace was Joseph. Anita was an angel, and Ma and Nana were shepherds. Nana doubled up as the innkeeper, saying, "No room." "Your Nana would never say that," Savannah whispered to Grace. "She'd let everyone in." "It's much more fun with lots of people," said Grace. When Anita, Ma, and Nana changed costumes and became wise men, while Grace and Savannah stayed in the stable with Paw Paw. He kept wanting to get into the manger with the baby doll because Grace had lined it with straw. Rosalie was an audience of one. She clapped and cheered them all. Then she asked if she could dance for them. "I brought my pointe shoes," she said. And there, right in Grace's living room, wearing clothes from the dress-up box, a proper ballerina danced a solo for them all. "Did you have a good day, Grace?" asked Nana when all the celebrations were over and Rosalie had gone. "It was the best Christmas ever," said Grace. "Can they all come again next year?" That's a sweet story. It reminds me when the year my son was born, he was born in October, and at Christmas when they did the Christmas play at church one night, he got to be the baby Jesus. So that was kind of fun. He got to, be up there in the manger and all this. And then I guess maybe he was a little bit older. Maybe it was, but
he was older.
He oh, sorry, my wife said it was at Easter. Never mind. But when the Mary was holding the baby and the shepherds had come down, and he like reached out towards the shepherds and the sheep and everything, and it was a magical moment. People were just like, "Oh, amazing!" And it was kind of cool. So, family is a really important time. This year it's going to be hard, with the COVID. Not all the families are going to be together. My family's not getting together. You were doing a drive-by. Just going to swing by and here's your presents and wave goodbye as we go home. So, it's not the same as it normally is, but what are you going to do? We're going to still love our family and have a good time with them, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's story. We'll be doing 3 more stories this week, so keep watching for them. You guys have a great rest of the week, and I'll look forward to talking to you next time on Storytime with Mr. Hallum.